Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Roman Reigns is no longer a full-time WWE performer in the Stamford-based promotion. But there's reportedly a major reunion planned for the original Tribal Chief when he returns to the product. Last year, Roman Reigns returned for the first time in months following the loss of his title to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. After the return, the original Tribal Chief reunited the OGE bloodline to go after Solo Sikoa and his version of the group on the Blue brand. However, the 40-year-old WWE star was unable to do this without CM Punk's help, who agreed to align with the faction for War Games. In the end, Punk and Reigns came to an understanding and won the men's War Games match in Canada. After the event, the two didn't team up for any other match in the promotion. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, 1. The company plans to reunite the men's Grand Slam champion with CM Punk as co-captains of their upcoming men's War Games team. The duo will team up for the first time in nearly a year for the same gimmick match in San Diego, California. The duo will take on the Vision in a War Games match. However, other members for both teams are yet to be determined. The reunion will hold weight, as this would be the first time since April 2025 that the two will share a ring again against a common enemy. Is Roman Reigns done with WWE on a full-time basis? Roman Reigns became the biggest star in the industry with his work on Friday Night SmackDown as the Tribal Chief under Vince McMahon's creative regime. Over the years, the character evolved and became the original Tribal Chief, and the faction members continued their respective journeys in the Stamford-based promotion under a new regime. In an appearance on What's Your Story with Stephanie McMahon, the longest-reigning undisputed WWE Universal Champion was asked about his aspirations and future goals as a performer. The multi-time world champion stated he wants to be the first superstar to headline events and act in movies. "I wanted to be the first guy who could do both. D***M. Near lead a movie and then also still main event a pay-per-view. I don't want to stop being a WWE superstar in order to wear other hats. I'm always going to be a WWE superstar. I'm always going to be Roman Reigns." Reigns said it seems like Reigns doesn't want to compromise on either side and looks forward to conquering both industries in the coming years after months of silence, speculation, and uncertainty. The Tribal Chief Roman Reigns is reportedly preparing for one of the most significant returns in recent WWE history, and it's bringing with it a massive reunion that could reshape the entire landscape of SmackDown ever since Reigns stepped away from WWE following his shocking defeat at SummerSlam 2024. Fans have been eagerly waiting for the moment when the head of the table would reclaim his throne. But this time, his return is not just about reclaiming gold. It's about rebuilding the bloodline from the ashes and settling old scores that have torn his empire apart. The empire crumbled in his absence when Roman Reigns was written off television earlier this year. The bloodline began to fall apart. Solo Sikoa, once loyal to his Tribal Chief, stepped up as an enforcer, but gradually began to take control in Reigns' absence, aligning himself with new members such as Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. Solo declared himself the new leader, a move that sparked tension both on-screen and behind the scenes. The new bloodline was violent, unpredictable, and feared, but it lacked the discipline, strategy, and leadership that made Reigns' version legendary. Without Roman's guiding hand, chaos ruled. Betrayals became frequent, and rumors swirled that even Paul Heyman no longer felt safe around Solo's volatile new regime. Meanwhile, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso went their separate ways, each blaming the other for what happened at SummerSlam. Jey moved to Raw to establish himself as a solo star, while Jimmy spiraled into self-doubt and frustration on SmackDown. The once unbreakable bloodline had splintered into pieces until now. Roman's return sparks massive anticipation according to WWE insiders. Roman Reigns is scheduled to make his long-awaited return in the coming weeks, possibly at Survivor Series 2025. The timing couldn't be more fitting, as the event marks nearly 5 years since the Bloodline's formation. But Reigns is not returning alone. Reports suggest that WWE has been carefully planning a major reunion angle that will see the former Universal Champion team up with some unexpected allies to reclaim his legacy. One source close to WWE Creative noted, Roman's return isn't just about revenge, it's about restoration. He's coming back to remind the WWE Universe who really runs this business. Expect emotional moments, shocking betrayals, and a reunion that fans won't see coming. The Tribal Reunion. What we know so far, the biggest question on fans' minds. Who will Roman Reigns reunite with? The obvious answer is the USOs. But things may not be that simple. Recent backstage reports suggest that Jey Uso's ongoing success on Raw, coupled with fan support, has made WWE hesitant to pull him back into SmackDown storylines too quickly. Instead, the reunion may start with an emotional confrontation between Roman and Jimmy Uso. Jimmy has been portrayed as lost and conflicted since Reigns' exit. He's been bullied by Solo's faction, constantly reminded that he no longer has a place in the bloodline. This humiliation may set the stage for Reigns to return and save his cousin from destruction, leading to a heartfelt reunion that reignites the family's original bond. Imagine it. Solo Sikoa stands tall in the ring, flanked by Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga, when Roman's theme hits. The crowd erupts. The look on Solo's face turns from dominance to fear. Jimmy, bruised and beaten, looks up as the tribal chief walks down the ramp. Expression cold and determined. Roman doesn't need to say a word. The message is clear. The king is back. Paul Heyman's loyalty tested again. One of the most intriguing subplots in this upcoming reunion involves Paul Heyman. During Reigns' absence, Heyman has been portrayed as nervous and indecisive, often caught between his loyalty to Roman and his fear of Solo Sikoa's wrath. In several backstage segments, Solo warned Heyman to acknowledge the new tribal chief, a demand that left Heyman visibly shaken. Sources within WWE suggest that when Reigns returns, Heyman's allegiance will be one of the first things addressed. Will he kneel to Reigns once again, or has he secretly been helping Solo maintain control? If history is any indication, Heyman may once again play both sides, leading to a dramatic confrontation where Roman must decide whether to forgive or punish his longtime wise man. Could The Rock be involved? The rumors don't stop there. Ever since The Rock's surprise appearances earlier this year, fans have speculated about whether the family rivalry would continue into 2025. Now that Roman Reigns is returning to reclaim his status, it's not impossible that the Great One could make a shocking cameo too. Either warn or support his cousin. A possible Survivor Series face-off between the Bloodline reunited and the new Bloodline Solo's faction could serve as the perfect setup for WrestleMania season, with The Rock possibly stepping in as the family's ultimate mediator, or even as a surprise tag partner for Roman and Omega. 5-on-5 Tribal War. The emotional side of the story. Roman Reigns has always been portrayed as a stoic, dominant leader, but this return could show a new side of him. After losing everything, his titles, his family, his control, he's returning with a mission not just to rule, but to rebuild. This storyline allows WWE to explore deeper emotions such as guilt, redemption, and forgiveness, all while keeping Reigns as the powerhouse fans know him to be. It's a full-circle moment that pays off years of storytelling, as one insider put it. Roman's comeback isn't about a title belt anymore. It's about family. It's about pride. It's about the man behind the tribal chief. Potential WrestleMania implications. SIF, this reunion story unfolds as expected. It could culminate in one of the biggest WrestleMania matches in years. A possible bloodline Civil War II, Roman and Jimmy versus Solo and Jacob Fatu, has been floated around by creative as a blockbuster main event or co-main event for WrestleMania. 41. Alternatively, the company might build toward Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa in a tribal chief versus heir apparent showdown, with the future of the bloodline and their family's legacy hanging in the balance. Fans erupt in excitement. Social media has exploded since whispers of Reigns' return began circulating. Fans have been posting old clips of the bloodline's iconic moments, from their emotional embrace at Clash at the Castle to the destruction of Sami Zayn at Royal Rumble. 223. Twitter user @TribalEmpire wrote, "We waited 4 months. Now the real bloodline is coming back. The island of relevancy will rise again." Another fan added, "Solo's been great, but nobody commands presence like Roman Reigns." The moment that theme hits, SmackDown will never be the same. Conclusion: the King reclaims his throne. Roman Reigns' upcoming return is shaping up to be more than a comeback. It's a statement. After nearly half a year away, he's ready to reclaim what's his, reunite with his blood, and remind the WWE Universe that he is the measuring stick of greatness. Whether this reunion is built on forgiveness or vengeance, one thing is certain: when that iconic theme hits and Reigns walks down the ramp again, every fan watching will acknowledge him just as they always have, because in WWE there may be many leaders, but there is only one tribal chief.